So my wife and I, on the side, we're picking up these Lime scooters, and we're charging them just to make some extra cash because, you know, everybody can use some extra cash. And we got a vehicle broke down, and I need some cash to pay for it. So that's why we picked up this. And currently, I'm working with this trailer right now. And as you can see, it's not very organized, and we're just dumping them back there. And I'm trying to lay them down in such a way that I can get to all the charging ports. But I wanted something a lot easier, something that's not breaking my back, because we gotta go all the way down and pick them up and put them over in there, and then after you charge them, I'm trying to leave them in there because we used to take them all out and line them up on the driveway to charge them, and then I'd pick them back up and put them back in the trailer, and then, you know, take them back out into Detroit and to drop them off, and that was just killing my back. And so we're trying to make the process easier and easier, which is why I decided to take this other trailer that we have and fix it up. I think you saw it back in the first one, the first video that I made. The thing had really bad sway because there was just pins in there holding it on, and the metal, you know, it stressed and gave away, and it was pretty bad. So I had to first address that issue, and then I built this, and so now the scooters are a lot easier to pick up. However, there is one big design flaw in this, and I'll show you this, and I have to fix it after this, but obviously I can't be like some guys that they're so talented they can have one scooter and then dump 20 of them. Actually, Lime has changed its rules where you only get like maybe a minute of riding it on the charger status before it just goes dead. It doesn't even matter, it won't drive anymore. So you have to transport it in some way. cut that the wrong way. Oh, duh. So hey, in the middle of making this, my camera overheated, and I had to take it in the house to cool it down because it's sitting in the direct sun. But I just wanted to show a couple things before I recap this build of some other things that I did. I had some weatherproof plywood, waterproof or weatherproof plywood that I put on here. It's got like an epoxy and pressure treated wood, and I just put that in the corners of everywhere. Just to reinforce the corners. I've seen like a lot of builds where people make sheds and stuff like that, and they put this in all the trusses up there, and so this just seemed like a really good idea. I also put another 2x4 underneath here so I could put these eyelets, these little, well not little, these big eyelets in here to give it more strength as it goes across. Something else I did was I added these hooks in here. I have a bunch of these laying around in the garage. It gave a good point to put the rope behind so that when the scooters are sitting here, it's got more pressure points in between them. I've actually got a bunch more in the garage. I'm going to put a couple more in here just to finish it off. And other than that, I mean, this works out pretty good. So currently, this would work, except limes are extremely front heavy. And so when you stick them in here and you hold it up here, if you don't have anything tying it down, its natural tipping point is forward, and it's just gonna fly forward. I was at a stop and I had at least 8 of them on here. I'm taking one off, I put it down, I turn around and all of these just went boof right onto the ground. And I thought to myself, well, I got to change that up. There's no way that that's going to work. So the plan is, instead of having them tip forward, I want them to tip into the trailer. So I'm going to take this whole piece right here, I'm going to set it back this way. I'm going to take this other piece and bring it out here. Now, that way, when I put it in there, the natural inclination is for it to tip inwards. And I think that would be a lot easier when we're trying to load the scooters and to take them out. And I've seen some other interesting pictures online where they've actually got 2 rows by the way that they stacked it. I'm thinking I might possibly do that too, because currently in this formation, I mean, the way that it works now, it's nice because I can dump scooters in on this side on top of this, but if I move it back, I lose that ability. Or maybe I could just put them on top and ratchet strap it to the side, but by looking at other designs, I can see that I can actually put another row into this. So the capacity right now is 19. Because of these blocks to hold this up, I can't get 10 to fit underneath there, but I can get 9. But on this row, on this row is 9, and this row I can get 10. So if I move it back and then I build another row up, I'll probably have to put another support, which means that row can only hold 9, and then the top row, you know, I'll try to hold 10 in there. So that would bring the capacity from 19 to 29 in this little trailer. It's barely like 5 feet by 6 feet. It's a really small trailer, which is good because we've got a small vehicle that we're trying to carry. This wood actually has added a lot of weight, and we can feel the pull. But my hope is that this is a better trailer than what we're currently using right now. And the current trailer, I mean, I can fit in there about 27 comfortably without it still being able to get to the charging ports and charge them up and stuff like that. But on a normal haul, we do about 23 to 25 for each haul. And this way too, my wife, when I'm gone at work, she'll go out during the day and grab some. I want this to be really, really simple for her, just so that she can throw it in there, ratchet it down, come on home, and then her and I, in the evenings when I get back from work, we go out and deploy them. But typically on the weekend, I'll go out and I'll just fill as much as I can. So that's the goal and that's our plans. And so that's going to be the next video after this one. I'm going to show how I change it. I'm going to get some scooters on there, and I'm going to play around with getting a 3rd row. But ultimately, if it's too much for my wife, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do the 3rd row because this trailer is pretty much built for her. And I'm thinking about taking the other trailer and really decking that out and trying to get the 3-row goal on there, and maybe I can get 40. I'm hoping to possibly get the other trailer where I could get 40 to 50 scooters on there, and that would be my goal. And I could do that on the weekends. She can do this on the weekdays, and it, you know, it holds what it needs to hold. But hey, you know, I really appreciate you sticking around and checking out my trailer build. And I've got more stuff. This is a hobby of mine. My wife calls me Tim the Tool Man because I can take something simple and make it extremely complicated. Her idea for this was just to take a little 2x4 wall and just make a raw and just keep throwing them in there. But you know, the more I thought about it, I just thought how inefficient that was. It's good and it would work, but we're still picking it up and putting it in, and then we have to move it around to charge it. So I wanted something that they're all up there, just go right down the line and charge them all. I just wanted it to be easier. So that was my goal behind this, but I got lots of other projects that I'm going to be doing too. And so stick around, hit that like button, hit that subscribe for me, and I'll be uploading a lot more stuff. This is my hobby. This is what I love to do. I love making stuff. I really love making stuff, and I thought, hey man, why not just turn on the recorder while I'm doing it? So God bless, and I'll see you guys around.